and welcome back to the Emmaus Athletic Podcast. I'm your host, Shane Douglas, here as always with Matthew Tomlinson. Matthew, how are you doing today?
I'm doing good. How are you, Shane?
I'm doing great. Matthew and I were away last week for a recruiting trip for Emmaus. We're both admissions counselors here at Emmaus Bible College, and we went to Kansas.
We went on a 1,500-mile trip to Kansas for 5 days. So
I drove the whole time. I did not actually. Matt drove the whole time. I was like, Matt, if you want me to drive, tag me in. But he wanted to get home to see his family, so he was hustling. Just kidding, he wasn't. But
drive the speed limit, kids.
Yeah, but it was a really good recruiting trip. Met a lot of people, saw alumni, and visited some churches, some camps. Went to a FCA.
Yeah, spoke for an FCA at a public high school. There was over 100 kids there, and it was really cool. It was really awesome.
Talked about Jesus.
Shout out Coach Brown and Coach Reuter.
Yeah, shared my testimony. Talked about Jesus, and then we plugged Emmaus a little bit. But it was a really great time. Honestly, you were really looking forward to the FCA night, and I was just like, yeah, it's gonna be fun. But honestly, that was probably the highlight.
Yeah, praise the Lord for that. So
it was really great. And speaking of FCA, let's get into the athletics.
Yeah, first off, just want to shout out all you guys out there that listen to our podcast, our first episode. Appreciate all the
thank you so
great
much
feedback, and hopefully we'll keep doing a good job with this. So
we got a long road in front of us, and maybe we can add a couple more things. But right now, this is it. And thank you guys for listening, for subscribing, and everything. But let's talk about volleyball. Volleyball just had a game last night.
They did. First, I have to clear the air.
Clear the air, please, Matt.
So I was talking with my buddies, Coach Hannah, Coach Megan, and Coach Reggie. And I have to clarify some stuff that I said on our last podcast.
Yeah.
So Shane, you asked me about their captains,
yes,
and I couldn't quite remember what the situation was there. Yes, they do have captains. Their captains are Billy, Emmeline Barsonis, and Lauren Fessler. But they do have a council system where they have a girl from each class that kind of represents the player's voice, and they bring things to the coaches or the captains and stuff like that. So I just had to clarify that it's not a buddy system.
Yeah. When talking, we were attacked after posting the podcast. Attacked everywhere. You couldn't go anywhere without someone from volleyball attacking you. But it's not a buddy system. It's more of a
council, but there are captains.
Council. It's like the Fellowship of the Ring. But it
is.
No, I really like it when Coach Megan was explaining to us about the council and how it works, and they have their captains and then the council of the upperclassmen who pour into the young underclassmen, and they just have a good number of upper and lowerclassmen that it works out really well, and I think it's a great system.
Yeah, it is.
And I'm not just saying that, but okay.
Moving week.
On. You're welcome, coaches. Now let's go to they just had a game.
So volleyball had 3 games last week.
Couple games, yeah,
and all 3 games were against top 10 opponents. Number 3, number 6, and number 7.
And
then they played last night. So this is the 4th game in a row.
Yeah.
Against the top 10 opponents. So their schedule has been pretty crazy lately.
Yeah, we have such a young team. I think we only have one player on the team who's played more than 2 years.
I think so, yeah.
And playing against that kind of competition can be really tough. Is really tough.
It's good, but it's really tough. Yeah.
So it's gonna build them, make them stronger going forward. We lost all 3, yeah. But
one really exciting thing was on Saturday.
Yeah.
Saturday we had a game scheduled against Moody. Unfortunately, they canceled because they had too many injuries. But that day we had a thing called NICC night, which is...
Tell me about that.
So yeah, the NICC conference is the conference that our local private Christian school, Tri-State, is in. And there's 7 teams between Iowa, Illinois, and I think there's a team in Wisconsin. And they were going to come and be a part of this day, and it was all going to be centered around one of our volleyball recruits signing.
Okay.
So it's really cool, Shane. We have our first athletic signing for fall 23. Yeah. Her name is Caitlin Rand, and she is a big-time player. She's really good. And we are so excited to have her. And it was just really cool environment. Unfortunately, the game was canceled, but it was really cool to see the girls' excitement. And the night did get postponed to October 15th. So
yeah, so we have that to look forward to.
We really do.
Maybe get a couple more signings from there. I know there's
it's exciting that it was so early. This is the earliest we've ever had someone sign. So that's huge. Yeah, that's huge.
I know there's some couple more volleyball players who are interested amongst the teams that are going to attend those nights. So maybe a couple more signings to grow that volleyball team. Yeah. And that's exactly what Coach Hannah and Coach Megan are doing, is trying to grow that team and not just not just in wins and in numbers, but spiritually and just people. Because they do a lot off the court together,
which is amazing.
They have
awesome.
study groups together. They have a devotion every week.
Bible study.
It's awesome.
Prayer partners.
Like that's
the buddy system. The prayer partners.
It's true. Yeah. It's really encouraging to see, and no, it's just so
it's
fun
awesome
to
to see this team getting along so well.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it's just a testament to what they're doing on and off the court. Is that they are a unit, they're a family, and they're really showing that. So
yeah. So what's some upcoming games?
So we actually have our huge enrollment event called Discover Emmaus Weekend.
Yes.
And so we're gonna have about 40 prospective students on campus, and it's all centered around soccer and volleyball. But volleyball is a game Friday and a game Saturday.
Okay.
And they're playing another top 10 opponent on Friday. So, but we're excited because they're playing Ozark and then Calvary. So we're excited to finally have some home games. So
yeah, that's gonna be good. And we got senior night coming.
We got senior night on Saturday. So we're honoring our two seniors, Emmeline Barsonis and then Alyssa Clausen.
Mm-hmm.
So
okay, sweet. Yeah, that's gonna be an awesome night. Looking forward to that.
Mm-hmm.
Hopefully we can win a couple sets, maybe even win a game.
Shout out to our student section of how great they've been for all our home games, soccer and volleyball.
I love them. I love listening to our student section. Honestly, they're very respectful to everybody, and it's just really fun.
At a Christian college.
It's just really fun. It's a fun environment being in the student section on the soccer pitch or even on the court.
In the Pollard Fieldhouse.
Yes, sir. All right, so that's volleyball for you. Happy to clarify the buddy system. Let's go into soccer. What's going on with soccer, Matt? Tell me. Yeah,
so soccer had a game last Saturday and then 2 games last week. They lost their first game last Saturday or 2 Saturdays ago to Trinity College in North Dakota. They ended up losing 3-2.
Yeah.
And then they played Maranatha and ended up losing that game as well, 7-1. But they played a lot better in that game. And it's been hard because we've had some of our better players that have been injured. Don't want to use that as an excuse, but we've had
there's always excuses.
There's always excuses, but we've had the injury bug on our soccer team. So
we have Carlos, one of our center midfielders, who has a bum leg, and he's looking for
get better soon, Carlos.
Yeah, please. He's looking
Christian
at medical
was out
experts to help him with that. Maybe get him back at the end of the season, but hopefully next season. Yeah. And then Christian's been out with a hamstring injury.
Yeah, he's been one of our biggest.
Yeah, he's one of
attackers.
One of our forwards who's really been scoring a lot and helping on the offensive side. But a hamstring injury, if you know anything about hamstring injuries,
and soccer,
they last forever.
Yeah.
Like you might be able to walk around, but it's just it's tough to play a very active sport like soccer with a hamstring injury.
Yeah, so that's been kind of hard to see, but I think they've responded really well. Really cool thing on this past Saturday was the Moody game. And again, for those that don't know, our soccer coach, Coach McHugh, used to coach at Moody. He won 3 national championships and was coach of the year twice. So he built a dynasty there. He did. And it was just so cool to see the way the guys played against Moody this past Saturday, and they won. Yeah, 3-2. It was awesome, and it was so cool to see the buzz, and everyone was just so excited because, Coach McHugh just beat his old team, and I ran up to him after the game, like, Coach McHugh is so exciting. And
is that the first time he beat his team with Emmaus?
Yes, in soccer he actually beat them a few years ago in basketball when he was the intern basketball coach. Right. So now he has a win against them, his old school.
That's awesome.
In basketball and soccer.
I love that so much. Yeah, it is.
And they played
really
good on
compared
Saturday.
to some of the other games. I know that we've been talking to coaches about kind of what the team's looking like right now. They said that they've been correcting their mistakes. They corrected a lot of their mistakes.
They've been responding very well.
Trinity was a little rough game. Corrected pretty much every mistake going into the Maranatha game, and then everything showed in Moody, and we really came away with a win. Moving forward, I mean, the team. They get a little tired in the second half, but if they pick that up, going into tournaments coming up with conference and regionals.
Get some of our players healthy.
They're going to be very dangerous.
And exciting.
Very exciting. And you got to watch out for them. But
and shout out O'Reilly, who's scored his 9th goal of the season on Saturday.
Every game but one. He scored in every game but one. I was sitting with him at lunch the other day, and everyone's like, he's a celebrity.
He really is.
Yeah, I love already.
He's awesome.
We would love to get him on this podcast and tell you guys his story because it is amazing. I know we mentioned it last time, but upcoming games, like you said, we have Maranatha this Friday.
Rematch.
We're home this time, and hopefully we can. And we got due this weekend, and so we'll have a lot of visitors, a lot of people around. So hopefully we can get that energy out there. If you're in town in Dubuque, come out to the volleyball games and the soccer games this weekend. And bring that energy because we need it. The team needs it. They do need it more than ever.
And then the game after that will be next Thursday against Spurgeon. That's also a home game.
Never played Spurgeon before, for soccer at least.
They're in, I think, year 3 of their athletics program.
Awesome. So that's going to be an interesting game. I'm looking forward to that one too.
And then they play Calvary the following Saturday. So
okay. Yeah. All right, let's get on to cross country. The sport that has been tearing up Emmaus and has gotten everybody excited, and honestly, everyone's a fan of cross country now here at Emmaus, and I love it. I'm a huge fan. I hear someone say, "Hey, I
love
like
cross country except for the running part of it."
That's true. True. I hear someone interested in cross country. I'm like, "Hey,
talk to Coach Girardi.
We got a team.
He'll turn you into a champion."
But they just had a meet last week.
Yeah, so this is interesting. This will be the first time this season that they'll have back-to-back meets. So usually it's like 2 weeks between meets. So they have a meet last week, and then they have a meet Saturday.
It's gonna be tough.
And the meet that they were at last Saturday was the biggest meet they were at. I think there were, I don't remember the exact number, but there was probably like 15 schools there.
Wow.
It was actually really interesting because they had a girls college, boys college, and then girls varsity high school, boys varsity high school, girls JV, and boys JV.
They were racing against high school too?
But they had it like
they're
throughout
all
the
segments.
day. Yeah, all segments throughout the day. So it was so it was a huge meet. There were so many people there. Definitely the biggest competition all year.
Yeah.
And it was interesting because the girls normally run a 5K, but for this they ran a 6K.
So much longer.
So yeah, a lot longer, which adds to it. So
okay,
they did pretty good. I think a couple girls PR'd with the 6K time, putting into 5K. And then the guys obviously ran an 8K, and Caleb Ness qualified for nationals.
That's the highlight right here. Caleb Ness. We got another national qualifier for cross country, which is awesome. I love the picture he took too. Yeah, at the end, his number was upside down. You can check out the social media page for that, but it's kind of funny.
It was.
I wonder. It was like I was questioning, like, did they do that on purpose or was he just dead? Like, I mean, honestly, maybe both.
Both, yeah, probably.
you can kind of tell.
And then Brandon PR'd.
Okay.
And he is a minute or 50 something seconds off the school record time for guys. So it's exciting.
Okay, that's awesome going forward.
So it's exciting. We'll see how this race on Saturday goes. So
it's gonna be really tough having just a week off from a massive race, but they take care of their bodies like they do, and they run like every day. You know what's really cool?
We had basketball practice this morning, and they were doing workouts up there too. So
I love it.
Yeah,
I was having a meal here at Emmaus earlier this week, and I just saw the whole team come in from practice, and they all sat down and just started having a devotion, and it was really cool seeing the volleyball team doing that, seeing the cross country, and I know the soccer guys do a couple. My
favorite is when they sing hymns at practice. I think that's the coolest thing.
It is. It's just really fun seeing like the spiritual relationship between everybody and understanding, hey, this is more than just a sport. This is a relationship with Christ, and you
can proclaim Christ with how you interact and react and act.
Like that story that you told me the other time about the basketball team's testimony to another team they played, and someone came to Christ because of that. But see, that's what sports are about here at Emmaus, is to honor and glorify the Lord through it, and understand that we want to build Christ-centered relationships with each other here.
Because a lot of people say sports builds character. That's not true. Sports shows character with how you do stuff, and that's we're trying to exemplify Christ in all areas of life. That's a huge area, because if someone hears, "Oh, you play a sport," immediately you can have a conversation and seeing how you react or interact. It's huge on proclaiming Christ and advancing His kingdom.
It's true. It's true. I mean, and to be honest, to be frank, it's been a tough couple of weeks with the sports here, with success and wins and everything. But to see them still together and have unity and growing their relationship with each other, but with Christ.
It's awesome.
It shows very encouraging.
It shows the great culture we have.
It's the character you were just talking about. That's their character. They lose a game. They might be mad. They might talk to their team like, we got to do better, but they go straight to the Lord right after. And that's what we want here at Emmaus.
Stick together.
That's what we want. So that's really awesome and really encouraging. But that's the recap for the past couple, I guess 2 weeks since we've been away.
Yeah, week and a half or something.
Yeah, hopefully we're like I said, we're gonna do this every week. Bring you guys a recap for each game, each weekend, each meet that we might have. So check us out on all the social media platforms. What do we got? We got YouTube,
Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, and I know on Twitter, I think each sport has their own Twitter page. So follow us on all those. Yeah, so we're all over. Like a classic YouTuber. Yeah, subscribe, hit that bell notification, turn it on. So follow us on all that stuff. Subscribe, and then if you or someone that is interested in coming to Emmaus to play sports and compete as an athlete, but also grow their relationship with Christ, please check us out on emmaus.edu and find our recruiting app on Emmaus Athletics.
On Emmaus Athletics, and
recruiting form. Fill that out. Get in contact.
Yeah,
and one of our coaches.
Just have people apply or even just recruit information come and everything and visit. We do have due coming up this weekend, which we're going to ask for you guys prayer for that all the students, high school students are coming here, that they can see what Emmaus is like, and that they can decide if Emmaus is a place for them to grow their relationship with Christ and seek a professional and biblical degree. And
if that's something that you guys are interested in attending, we have one coming up in March, our spring one. So keep an eye out for that and check it out, because it's a really, really cool opportunity to just see all things Emmaus and see what it's like to be here and see the ins and outs. And
I'm looking forward to do. This is my first due on like the admissions side, so it's gonna be fun.
It is. I'm
looking forward to it, and just prayer for that, like I said, and just continue to listen to this podcast and tell people about Emmaus and guide them to Emmaus, our website and everything. But thank you for tuning in and listening. Thank you, Matt. And you guys have a great day.
Thank you, guys.